Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable hippopotamus Christmas tumbler. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and check the description box below for my other Facebook group and mentorship group options. You are going to take your hippopotamus charm from Cami Page Boutique and paint it however you would like. We talked about painting in my mentorship group where I went over different techniques to give your element a realistic and fun look. If you would like to join us, there is a link below. I go over a lot of things in my mentorship group, mostly tumbler related, but I also work really hard at teaching you new tips and tricks. And we have also done some other fun things like painting as well. If you would like to join us, make sure you click the link below and follow the directions to join. We are going to start off with a 24-ounce plump from the Tipsy Magnolia, and I am going to grab 3 different sizes of double-sided tape, and I am going to start applying them at the thickest one at the top and bottom rim. Now, right below that thicker piece of tape, we're going to take the medium size and we are going to hug it as close as we can to the thicker tape and just go all the way around our rim on the top and bottom of our tumbler. Now, taking the thinnest strip of our tape, we are going to do the same thing, hugging that medium-sized tape as close as we can. If there is a teeny tiny gap, that's totally okay. Don't sweat it. We will be striping this part of our tumbler out, and that will be hidden. Now we are going to base coat the middle section of our tumbler white. I am just using a chalk paint and I'm going to make sure this is 100% coated. So I will do as many coats as I need to make sure that it is a really bright white. We are using a translucent glitter. So if you have any of that dark stainless steel showing through your white, you will see that through your glitter. Now, starting on the bottom, we are taking off that little transfer sheet, exposing the tape underneath, and we are going to take our first glitter color, which this is Santa's Suit. It is a really pretty chunky mix of reds with just a little splash of gold, and we are just going to take and sprinkle that on our tape. I like to tap my glitter down just a tad before I go on to the next step. We are going to do that on the top and bottom rim on the thicker pieces of tape. And yes, double-sided adhesive tape is really easy and convenient, but it never gives me the glitter coverage that I love. So I am going to take some Mod Podge and a paintbrush and just paint right over that glitter. And while that Mod Podge is still wet, I'm going to sprinkle the glitter on to get the coverage I am looking for. Now we are going to remove the medium-sized piece of transfer. I don't even know what that would be called, but it's like a cover sheet for the tape. So you're going to remove that on the top and bottom. And then we are going to take the glitter color Limeade and apply that. Once again, I am going to kind of tap down that glitter to make sure it's really sticking to that double-sided sticky tape. And then I'm going to take my Mod Podge and just go right over that to get that full coverage. Now moving on to our thinnest pieces of double-sided tape, we are going to take the glitter color 24K Magic, which I would describe as a fine cut, but it is like the perfect Christmas gold. I use it every Christmas and I don't know why, but it just screams like cheery Santa Claus to me. So this is a must-have in your collection, especially around this time of year. We're going to sprinkle that on, and then we're also going to do the Mod Podge trick on top to get that nice sparkly full coverage. Now I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to work in fairly smallish sections because we don't want that Mod Podge to dry and then our glitter won't stick to it. So I'm just going to paint from glitter to glitter on the top and bottom rims and work in that section. And then we're going to take the glitter color Bubbles, which if you don't have it, it is the prettiest kind of rainbow opal ever, and it's in like a mini chunky mix, which if you guys have been following me for a long time, you know those are like my very favorite. They just put off an intense sparkle with the dimension, so you must have Bubbles in your collection. And we're just going to sprinkle it on that Mod Podge section, and then we are going to move on painting on Mod Podge to another section until you have coated your entire tumbler in the glitter. Once your Mod Podge is fully dry, you are going to spray seal your tumbler really well. I like Krylon or Rust-Oleum Triple Thick. And then once that is dry, you are going to add a coat of epoxy. And then I have cut out 4 different sizes of circles on my silhouette, and I have just done it in red and green. And we are just going to sporadically place these in a polka dot pattern on the white section of our tumbler. Once all of your dots are applied, I have cut out some metallic gold striping, and I am just going to place that in between each glitter section on the top and bottom of my tumbler. Once you have your top and bottom striped out, you are going to add a coat of epoxy and let it fully cure. Now you are going to take your painted hippo and just place it on your tumbler and decide where you want it. I want it right there in between the top and bottom stripes on the polka dots. And I'm just going to take some hot glue, and just a little bit will do, and we are going to tack that down. Go ahead and flip your tumbler over. I have just kind of propped mine up on this sanding block so it doesn't roll around. And then we are going to place our decal on the back. Yes, I did end up noticing that I missed the H on hippopotamus, but it was still on the transfer paper, so it wasn't a big deal. I just added my decal and then went back and added the H later. Now we are going to add epoxy to our tumbler. I have already mixed up my epoxy, and I am going to grab a silicone brush, and in his little nostrils, in his ears, and in his mouth, I'm going to paint on the epoxy there first, and then I am just going to take a gloved finger and dip it in the epoxy and lightly coat the hippopotamus and around him, and then I will apply epoxy to my tumbler. As usual, as it spins, I just went back and double checked around my hippo to make sure that it wasn't pooling too much, and if it did, I would just remove a little bit of epoxy or spread it out around the rest of the tumbler. And here is our cutie patootie hippo all finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching.